Hi, my name is Jo and welcome. This is my first video post to my blog, so bear with me, it's a little bumpy. So basically I am going to be showing you guys my everyday looks for work, for weekend. This is just kind of my go-to unless I have something fancy going on. And I by no means am a professional. I haven't had any trainings. I am obsessed with watching YouTube videos, but I just kind of, these are the tricks that I have picked up over the years and my favorites. I think you guys will be surprised by how affordable most of my makeup is and where I get it. Also, how I blend. I don't use a lot of brushes and I prefer to put my foundation on in a different way. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. So side note, excuse my hair. I was going to curl it and then I was going to straighten it and then I just got lazy and decided to put it in this funky little half updo. So yeah, sorry. Okay, so let's get started. The only thing I did before making this video is I put my contacts in and I cleaned my face with the Aveeno cleanser that I linked in my blog post. So to start, I've tried a lot of different primers and honestly, I mean, I've had the best luck with Timecheck Lotion. It's by MAC and it helps my makeup go on much more smoothly and I think it stays on much longer and it makes my face feel very moisturized, which I really like. So we'll go ahead and put that on my entire face to start. Okay, and I think the next thing I'll do, usually I do my eyebrows next. Now I have tried, I mean, so many things for my eyebrows. I think because I am so fair, I had to really find a color that worked for myself and I have had such luck with the Anstastia dip powder. I use Taupe and I absolutely love it. It stays on all day and it goes on really easily and I think it just blends really well. And I'm using the Lancome brush to put it on. I actually got it for free with some Ulta purchase I think I got one time, or Sephora, one or the other. So what I do is I just dip it in there just a little bit and then I go ahead and put it on. Now I start kind of dark for my brow. And kind of take my finger and I make sure that it's all blended and colored. I don't do too much. I think some people put way more than I do, but I find if I do that, I just look kind of like I'm overdoing it and it just looks way too fake for my purposes and my look. So yeah, so you can kind of see right there the difference. This is completely not filled out and then this one has just a little bit of color added to it. So good. I'm just gonna do the other one real quick. Okay, now that my eyebrows are done, the next thing I use is my foundation and I have been using this for years. I have tried other foundations and it just didn't work out. This is the best one for my face. I am so fair that I have to be careful because if I use anything that doesn't blend well or it's slightly too dark, I look so orange. So this is MAC Match Master and it has some sunscreen in it, which is kind of cool. And I use the lightest shade, 1.0, surprise, surprise. So the funny thing about my foundation routine is I actually just kind of do my T-zone. I don't put too much on. So you might be a little surprised by that. It blends that well with my coloring. So I put some here on each cheek dot. I put some on my chin. I put one on my nose and I put one right up here on my forehead. I look totally ridiculous, but okay. Anyway, so then I use actually my fingers to blend it. I think I have more control that way. I've tried using the brushes and I just feel like this works best for myself. So Okay, so you can kind of see I didn't put it all the way over here. I blended it kind of out. That's what I usually do if I have the time. If I have an event or something where I want to look really, really crisp, I will probably put a little bit more and just spend more time blending and making sure there's some down here to match my neck. But for my everyday look, I just put a little kind of light layer on my T-zone, and that's just what works for me. Most people probably need to do the whole thing. Disclaimer. Okay, so next I will go ahead and do my under eye concealer. I have used so many over the years, and I tell you, I will never ever change. This is my favorite. I use Nars. Nars, the creamy concealer. I had to play with the colors. I use their light number 2 in vanilla, and it matches that MAC foundation so well. So if you have skin similar to mine, I highly recommend you try this out. It's worth every penny. So, and I am a speech pathologist, and I work full-time during the week, Monday through Thursday. So I'm telling you, I get those circles under my eyes, the lack of sleep love. And this right here will take care of it. It makes you look more awake. It makes you look like you have had a perfect night's sleep. So I highly recommend you get this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I put it right underneath. I do a line just like that. And then I also do a tiny little thin amount above on my lid and right below my eyebrow. And then I start blending. Now a little trick is to use this finger right next to your pinky. That is your weakest finger, and it helps, prevent stretching your skin, because that's a really, really sensitive area next to your eye. So I just kind of got in the habit in high school of using this finger to blend, so it takes a little longer, but it's better for your skin. So, alright, so I'm gonna go and blend. Boom. Okay, and you can see without, you can see the blue, and then with, it's got like a perfect kind of glow to it. Now, I have the lighter color right here. It's called Chantilly. And I used to use this, but it was way too white. It wasn't enough. So I switched, and the vanilla has worked perfectly. Now, a little trick is to use the Chantilly, sorry, I can't say that word, in the corner of your eyes if you want to. I feel like today I have a pretty good highlighted look. Some days I need a little bit more. So what I'll do, and I'll show you guys, is I just put a little bit on here, on my nose and on my chin, and sometimes right here in the corner, just a tiny little bit, and I blend it up just to match. I go down my nose like that, so you'll see, and then you blend it out. So, and you can see it kind of gives a highlight look to my nose. I'm very self-conscious about my nose, so I try to, like, I don't know, do some things to make it look a little more shaped. And so yeah, let me go ahead and do the other eye. I keep forgetting to do the other. I'm gonna look lopsided. So I'm gonna do the other. And I'm gonna put that, there we go. I'm gonna put that Chantilly on that side too. Okay, so there is that. My foundation is on. So you notice I put it on my lid. I do that because I just think that helps my eye pop a little more, and it makes the whole thing look awake. For the longest time, I would just put it beneath and then do eyeshadow on top, and I would kind of do a white layer to start for the base, and I realized, I kind of like the foundation look more. So kind of skip that step for the eyes. Now I'll go ahead and start with that, and I of course will link everything below. to start, I use, this is Revlon Color Stay. It's super affordable. You can get it anywhere, Walgreens, Walmart, Target. And I just, so you can see it's very loved. It's kind of like a cream color with a little bit of shimmer, and I use that as my base. So I go ahead and just put my finger in. I do just on my lid. So on top of that Nars foundation. Lightest layer, just like that. And then I can go ahead and get started. It's very simple. I think I get the most questions about my eyes from people. I don't wear any fake lashes. I actually don't use an expensive, usually, I don't use an expensive brand of eyeshadow. This is actually Maybelline, and I am using, oh boy, it's very loved. I don't know if I'll be able to see, but I'll link it. I'm using that top color right there. So you've got your crease color, and then that's your lid color. So I'm using that. And I go ahead and put that over my lid. So, just this shape. I also go very dark on my makeup. I've done that for as long as I can remember. So it may be a little bit too dark for some people if you want more of a natural look. But this is just what I do, like I said. Okay, so sometimes after I do that, I need to blend a little, but I think today it's looking good. Sometimes I put it on just right. And you can practice, and you can kind of tell when you need to use certain things and when you don't. But then I usually go ahead and put just the smallest bit on the other side of the brush. I just use what came with it, the crease color, and I will put that in my crease. And you have to be very careful because I have that foundation on and it's really light. You don't want to go too dark, and you want to make sure you get the exact crease. Now I'm going to blend it in a second, but it took me a lot of practice because at first it was going a little all over the place. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'd suggest if you're doing this to start really light. So let me do that real quick. To show y'all what it looks like before it's blended. See how it's just in my crease there, kind of messy. And then I go ahead and put it in the corner. So I just dab the end of my brush, and I kind of get right here in the corner of my eye, because I like that dark. Okay, so kind of like that. You can see how I got it in the corners a little bit there. Yeah. Okay, so next, the fun part is blending. So I am using, I'll link it below. Like I said, it's gloved, and I can't really see what it is. Yeah, but any sort of blending brush will work for this. It doesn't have to be expensive. I don't go all out with my brushes, you can tell. But just anything to kind of blend those two colors together and make it look like you didn't just wipe it on. So I'm gonna blend real quick. I go in a motion where I kind of drag the crease to that triangle. So any leftover is gonna go to that spot, if that makes sense. So I go, this is the wrong brush. Oh boy, okay. Let me go ahead and find that right brush. Where is it? Ah, found it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in this direction. Corner. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is liquid eyeliner. I have used this for forever. This is L'Oreal, the Intense Black. I'll link it. Get it anywhere. Like I said, I know I'm a bit stingy, and I've been using things for so long, I think it's hard for me to switch. I'm sure there's some other ones to try that might stay on longer, but I'm telling you, this lasts forever, and it does what I want it to do. So I get it in black, yes, and then I just go ahead and take the thinnest layer. For my everyday look, I just do a straight line over the top of my eyelashes. Sometimes I get fancy, and I might do a tutorial one day on the wings that I do, but for my everyday look, just a line. So go ahead and just put it So it kind of blends, and you can see sometimes like right there how it's uneven, then I go back and fix those. Q-tips will be your best friend for that if you ever mess up severely. So that's the top, and while that is drying, I go ahead and do my bottom. Now, fortunately, I ran out, but usually I use the L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail eyeliner. Perfect. I love it. It stays on, and it works great. But I've been switching and using Stila. And let's see, it's kind of like a smudge stick, and it's waterproof eyeliner. And it is in blue thin. So it's kind of got like a bluish look, which I like because my eyes are green, and for some reason, this color in particular just makes them pop a little bit. So highly recommend you trying if you have green. Go ahead and put that on, and I just right in there all the way around, and by this time the top layer will be dry, so you can go ahead and do your mascara. My lifesaver. Okay, I get so many questions by my eyelashes. You take a really good look. This is what I have. This is before I have anything on. I have never used false lashes. I know it's super in right now to go and get those false ones attached, so if you do that, that's great. But if you are not willing to do that, I highly recommend the IT Superhero in Darkest Black. Last Extreme, Super Black, excuse me. This stuff is probably the key to my makeup routine. It's super buildable, I love it, and I just love my eyes to be really big and to pop. And so this right here, I mean, it works wonders for my eyes, and I'm sure it will work well for you. I know my best friend uses this as well, so give it a try. So I keep building. I start on the beginning, and then I move my way out, and I just do layer after layer until I get it. It's usually about 3 layers, and then I sort of make it to where it goes out on the sides. I didn't word that very well, but that's what I do. And about 3 layers, and it's there. So I'll show you guys. So there's my lash, there's my without the makeup lash, and they're good, they're just not as dark as I would like it. And then don't forget, what I do is after I put a lot on my top and there's a little bit left over on the brush, then I'll do the bottom. I just do one single layer where I just kind of put a little bit there to match it. So. And I take my finger and I just kind of do a little swipe underneath and get that match. And there you have it. There's my eye, and you can compare the two. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one really quickly. Next thing, blush. Now I went ahead and linked a highlighter that I sometimes use. I guess I can go ahead and use it today. This is L'Oreal, again, True Match. It's a liquid glow illuminator. I use the tiniest bit. I think with the foundation I use, it already has a glowy look to it, but I put just a dot on my finger. Go right up here. For me, I know people may use them in different places, but I like mine right above my cheeks so that when I put my blush on top of it, it just kind of has a good glow, especially if you're taking pictures, which is fun. Where did okay, so my next one, my beautiful, lovely blush that I just adore is Laura Geller, and it is in Peach Delight. Beautiful, super blendable. It has, I don't know if you can see it, but lots of highlighting colors, and it goes great with fair skin tones. And I have this brush that I've been using forever. I'm not even sure what it is, but I'll try to find a similar one and link it. But so what I do is I just go ahead and not even sure this is a blush. It's a powder brush. Wow, okay, so usually people use, you know, those really big ones. I don't know. I think this one gives me more control and I'm just emotionally attached to it, and so this is the one I use. So use whatever you're best or most comfortable with. So then I just follow the apple of my cheeks and bring it out. Do some smiles, make sure. There we go. See the little pink and the highlighting. I love it. Okay, now the final thing I will do for my everyday look is my lipstick. Now, my mom used to always tell me not to do too much dark and lipstick at the same time. I do both. I have really thick lips, so I don't typically use lip liner, but I do experiment with a lot of different colors. I will wear red, I will wear pink, I will wear pretty much anything on my lips. I'm funny about it. And I use the MAC primer for lips, and that fills out all the cracks and it just makes it go on really smoothly and it keeps it on for a while. But I misplaced it. I don't know, it might be at my office. So what I usually do if I'm in a hurry or I can't find that is chapstick. But I mean, you can't really go wrong, right? So I put on a layer of the chapstick and it does kind of the same thing where it just fills out all the cracks. I'm telling you, it may be odd and it may not work for some people, but for me, it's the same thing, and it just keeps it on for hours. And it also makes your lips feel really good and hydrated. So, right now I am currently obsessed with, where is it? Here it is. Nope. Yep. Okay. This is, I believe, Revlon. My best friend introduced me to this, and it's so loved. Look, there's like a crack in the side. It's not that expensive. You can get it anywhere. This actually will match my shirt for today. It's like a wine color, and it makes my lips look like I've been drinking wine or something. So I really like it, and it goes on really smoothly, and it just has an overall really good look to it. So highly recommend you try. This is 030 Smitten. The creams, I will link it below. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this on. Rub them together, and boom, there you have it. So there is my makeup routine, and I've gotten really quick at it, and I do this every day, which is so extra. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just comment or email me. I'd be happy to share. And thanks for watching my first video, even though it was a little bumpy. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend.